Hello. Hello. This is John Nathan, and we're here to discuss the most recent events of what mine virgin eyes have witnessed and seen, felt, and relayed through someone's therapy showing. The trauma, the drama, and the home base of mindfulness that Dr. Jeff Warren of the Calm app, of Solution Based Nate notoriety and fame, of our morning ritual, and to report proudly that through the efforts and the work and the word and the mission that he brings to his relationship with meditation, with mindfulness, and with his personality that that shines through all of the presentation that he offers, we'd like to appreciate his version of mindfulness and of therapeutic event showing. So Dr. Jeff Warren of Home Base with Jeff, of the Calm app, and also now finding out another one called Happier, where he offers similar meditation study. JeffWarren.org. Our relationship with his work is from Home Base, which is well, that's his newsletter slash. I think it's the attachment to the Substack. I don't know what those words are. I just read it on his website. But so, hi, Dr. Jeff Warren. Calm Daddy. He is the closest thing to understanding what mindfulness and meditation and consciousness should look like, and the reason that we can identify those out in the wild now while looking through the work of other people who have exuded behavior or bad behavior or manic behavior or consistently shocking and appalling behavior for the sake of a media circus or lens. If you're from that era and that generation where that was generated for us to consume, whereas now people make that shit, and it used to be the consumption, and to bring the mindfulness of what relationship with self is. It's never been more imperative and necessary and noticeably necessary with the previous versions and iterations of life that didn't have the same connection to technology. Like if you don't have that relationship with your body, that's not there's not something you can't do about that now. Now, not only did the advent of technology give us all awareness, but then there's also all encompassing ability to combat and manage that. And people like Dr. Jeff Warren give the tone and the connotation of understanding with his nice Canadian accent. So it's calm and collected, but from himself, he says, I make meditation accessible in order to help people live more connected and fulfilled lives. Also, I make jokes. Like he's a person, a self-described narrator, author, father, and husband. The from Canada, and the mission that he brings to empower people to just click play and to start is where it's something that I could commit to. He does 7 to 11 minutes on a daily basis of something he writes, narrates, and then offers to the world. And yeah, I played a lifetime subscription to that in a moment of non-clarity, and didn't, and these don't usually work in the way that it worked for me through the intention that they're designed for. Like not everybody's just ready to sit down and have an 11-minute meditation. But Dr. Jeff Warren made it manageable and palatable and understanding that from his own experience, like be wild, screw up, and meditate anyway. What if, yeah, okay. Will can do. And so to offer the formal sitting, the things that he provided in his understanding of like what should be accessible to you, not what you should do, like what you should know is out there, and probably the best and most effective ones, because he does, like his meditation focus from Shinzen Young. I'm not familiar. I'm familiar with what I've heard Dr. Jeff Warren talk about Shinzen Young, but I do not study outside of an immediate practice at this time. I've read some world religion and thought books. I have understanding. I've read the Tao of Pooh, but the understanding of what his focus was to find concentration, clarity, and the most ever-present equanimity of fucking life, because it sounds to me like he used to get really damn frustrated about everything, and then he found and figured out a way to make that manageable for him so that he could be present in a room, and that shines through in all of the ways that he offers alternative to thought, like that neurodivergent thought of what's going to be and then what could be and then what does happen, and how to bring all of that together within your own understanding. That's what he teaches. That's what I got out of it. So hopefully understanding the formal things that he teaches, which is formal sitting, like training yourself to sit. Did you go to a room, sit in a chair and be quiet for 30 seconds without a clock or a watch or a phone? Not a lot of people have done that in a long time. And to even offer, like he has a more professional and product of that, but it introduced the idea to me like, ooh, I do not do that enough. And it also introduced the idea of why I don't do that. I know why I don't do that, but needing it means that like it is logical that I press play on the meditation and then get up and make my bed. I'm doing something. I'm doing both things. Sometimes I sit down. Sometimes I let the words take me there. Sometimes I fall asleep. Sometimes I get up and don't listen, and sometimes I do. And all of them are welcome in the course and the understanding of equanimity that he lets you know like that's normal, that's okay, fine, don't fucking listen today, you better tomorrow, or know why you're not, or figure it out, but keep clicking play. And then his understanding of consciousness as a special interest for him that brings the willingness of me to understand like the if you're old enough and wise enough or just fucking over it enough to remember and know that like not everybody operates in that way at all times, and the expectation is that we do because we have computers at every single juncture of our lives that say you should and will, and they are. And to be human is just such a crime in this. It's a crime to be gorgeous. And to have a major concept of all of those things, to have done that through achievement, through trauma, through recovery, and through regeneration, all and through his words, a major concept to those who have achieved or exhausted through trauma unconsciously, like the conscious, like going through life unconsciously and remembering that even if you think you know, then you get to another point in life and you're like, oh, fuck, I did not know what I know. And even the things you thought you were successful or achievable in become even I could have done better, should have done better. Janet Jackson like could have known, could have, should have, would have, all over the place. But if consciousness and mindfulness is your girl now, the things that it will do to you now and the equanimity that it offers, the things that have already happened in your life that you think you know and you have no idea, or you figured it out, or you get a new perspective and understanding of, and then you're less abrasive when other people need that. And then you understand how to seek the info at jeffwarren.org and reach out to the people who are in the art of that communication. He makes it artful. He makes it playful. He makes it approachable and accessible. I would say mission accomplished, Dr. Jeff Warren. But he had, there's Gary John Bishop, where you at? He had that tone. Like Unfuck Nation is a priority when it comes to the sustainability. This is also the Calm app specifically, another opportunity for sustainability that says like, you got it there, put it on the front of your screen, like working the equanimity levels of every aspect of your life that it could be, that it is, and then what you know to do about that, what your focus is. And it sounds simpler and more easy than it is. Like, what's your focus? Where's your head at? All the shit. But in the reality of all of that, like, really, where is it? Like, what are you doing? What's happening? Do you want to note your body? Do you want to feel your emotion? Do you want to understand? Because all of that shit actually works. Like, it can be corny as hell, but it can also be effective. And if you're in the trenches of understanding what it's like to have to manifest a quiet moment just to get by, let alone to maybe have focus or to be progressive or to be thoughtful or to be considerate, like every other fucking webbed out version of how that could go, chicken foot and all these options out there, not focused on the core of the being. And that's not to say like, oh, you're not doing that. That's to be like, hey, that's not how we do that anymore. Like the global economy has been conditioned to be out and you have to find your way in. That's the understanding of expansion. And that is the literal antithesis of the antithesis of that is to be conscious in those moments and bring it back to a mindful home base. So Dr. Jeff Warren and affiliates and associates, but specifically homebasewithjeff.com. Also the newsletter that gives you an extra 12 to 20 minutes at times, that generally flow with the same concepts that he gives to the daily or to the Calm, his daily trip. So I think he writes that for the Calm and the Happier apps. I have not, but I have not, I'm too fidgety for that. And I've yet to read his book, Meditation for Fidgety Skeptics. So the therapy the therapy interventions and the practices that Jeff Warren brings are the reason that we're having this conversation specifically, because I feel the understanding of the message is as important, if not more important, than the practice in and of itself. And for people who are bringing it in this general meditation principled way, that is like, you don't have to be doing this, but your life will be better if you are, and doesn't have to look the way that people are making it granola out there. You can also just be you and show up. And that to me is commendable to be preaching, and commendable to be so consistent and sustainable with. And it's brought a lot of light to my life, but also a lot of concentration and clarity and the respect and the awareness and the conscious thought of equanimity. And again, I'm John Nathan. Dr. Jeff Warren, thank you so much. Your therapy helps our therapy show out there, and it helps me identify where I can see that and feel safe in other people's learning and understanding and growth as humans, where mistake and trauma and trial and tribulation may live, but that we don't have to live with the fear and the misunderstanding that there's nothing we can do about it.